Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. And today, as I'm waiting for some family to arrive, I just wanted to announce that tonight's Saturday night stream will be postponed. If for any reason it comes back because of scheduling and I'm able to do it, I'll let you all know via Twitter, Discord, and also the community tab here on YouTube as well. But my parents are coming in town, and so we're going to spend some time with them. And so therefore tonight's stream is postponed because of that, because obviously time with family is important. Tomorrow's Chosen to Valhalla stream, though, is still on. The way that the schedule is going to work is that they're going to be actually heading out early before that stream. So that stream is still on. So on this channel, I'll have my Chosen of Valhalla, like we do every single month, and so do look forward to that. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about news that broke yesterday, and I decided to hold off on to it for today because I try to avoid making more than one video on the channel for as often as I can, because you know the YouTube algorithm sometimes likes that, sometimes doesn't like it, and so it is what it is. But we do have some new set images, or at least presumably some set images from the upcoming Matt Reeves directed Batman film with Robert Pattinson, which is interesting because within the past week or so we of course got that first test screening footage of Robert Pattinson himself in the Batsuit with the red lighting, with the really cool soundtrack, with the really cool score, which I personally was a pretty big fan of. I thought it set the right tone, the right vibe. I think that Robert Pattinson actually looked pretty decent in the Batsuit, especially if he's going to be playing a younger looking Batman, and therefore a younger Bruce Wayne. I think that it's going to be very interesting. Really hoping still that they try and push more of a detective, almost film noir vibe with the film, because you know what happens when they try and, push genres with films? It ends up being pretty good. That's why one of the reasons why I think Joker did so well was because it was not like your typical comic book movie that decided to make it more grounded, make more realistic. I think that's the same reason why the Nolan films did so well too, is because, yeah, you still had those comic book aspects and themes, but it was definitely more gritty and it was more set in the real world, and that's what I'm hoping this upcoming one looks like. So there's been a lot of thoughts given about these images, some criticism giving about them, but overall I think these images actually look pretty good, because the biggest criticisms that people tend to have are for these bat ears. So as you can see, the bat ears right here, some people are saying, those just don't look right and that just looks off. Well, there's a couple things that I want to say for that. First, keep in mind that these are all clear paparazzi images that have not actually gone through post-production. Keep in mind that if you were to look at a lot of shots from movies before they color grade, before they add any CG effects, before they do any type of correction whatsoever, it all in all likelihood would look pretty bad. It wouldn't look like what you would expect it to. I remember when there were certain images that were being shot from when other films were, I think there was some shots from paparazzi when Joker was filming, and a lot of us were thinking to ourselves, whoa, what? This doesn't look quite right. But then when we saw in the film, we said, oh, this looks great. I think the same thing's going to happen here. So obviously, this does give us an idea of the basic elements of the Batsuit. So obviously, you have almost like the shoulder pad aspect. There's rumors going around that the bat symbol is made out of the gun that was used to kill his parents, which to me, if that's something that they decide to write into the story, I think that's a great decision. But the big, of course, big problem, or the big criticism has been with those bat ears, which to me, I think once you're actually seeing it, because I can't imagine that you're going to have a shot where it's just you looking at Batman like this. I assume that the only shots you're going to see of this suit with this specific stunt actor, because obviously this is not Robert Pattinson, this is obviously a stunt person, you're only going to see him on the bike going through it, and I think that the image is going to be so quick. I think that the visual effects are going to be in such a way too, where you're not really going to be able to really notice the ears all that much, and I think the ears are actually going to look a little bit different. Also, there's rumors circulating around Reddit that this might just be one version of the suit, and there might be multiple versions of the suit used in the film too, so I'm not really all that concerned with the ears. For me, I'm mostly looking at the overall aesthetic, and for the overall aesthetic, I, for the most part, like it. I like that it looks like a more militant Batman, a more realistic looking Batman. Again, you see all these different elements on his, on his wrist. You see the utility belt, and it just looks more realistic, right? On the cartoon, he had the utility belt, but you were seeing things getting pulled out of the utility belt where you're like, wait a minute, in real life, that wouldn't work. Well, it's okay for a cartoon because, it's a cartoon and we're able to get away with those things. In live action, I like for things to somewhat make sense, and so I like that it looks more like armor. I like that he has the shoulder pads and that it looks more metallic, and it looks like it could be able to take, a bullet wound, or, rather a shot from a bullet, or a knife wound or something like that. That it would be able to protect him from those things. And so overall, I think it looks pretty damn good. And as I said, this is more likely an image that you would see with color grading, with visual effects. Some have complained, oh, where's the cape? Well, just for a little bit of a fact for anyone that maybe don't know, anytime that they shoot this, and this is also true in The Dark Knight, go back to that one and go back to some set photos from that. The people that were doing the stunts on the bikes, on the bat bike, they did not wear capes either. And the reason why is because it's incredibly dangerous to do that. Because if that cape, as my poor little Willow is crying because she was just left by her mom. But the reason why the cape is so dangerous is because the cape can get caught in the back wheel, and if that gets caught in the back wheel, that means almost instant death to the person that's riding that that piece of equipment. So that's something that they almost always will add in post-production. So I'm not really concerned with that at all, but for those that are, they are going to have a cape. Don't worry, Batman will have a cape by the end of it. That's just something they're going to add in post-production instead. But overall, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. There's rumors that the other bike rider is a female and likely would be Selena Kyle, probably going to be having Catwoman in this film. So obviously we already knew that Catwoman was going to be taking some type of role in this as well. But yeah, overall set photos look, I think, pretty good. Again, this is the image from the test footage that was released as well. Overall, I was a pretty big fan of it too. And what are your thoughts about it? Again, there's also a video of the guy apparently wiping out on his bicycle. Some are speculating, is this real or was this an accident? To me, it's hard to tell because it looks like it could have been set up as a stuntman and it could have been set up like a stunt. But it does also look like he was starting to slip and then lost control as well. I'm sure once the movie comes out, we get some behind-the-scenes footage. Some official behind-the-scenes footage, we'll get a better idea. But what are your general thoughts about this? As I said, overall, I like it, especially since I know this is not what the final product's going to look like when they start to add in color grading, lighting, and any other visual effects that they're going to add to it as well. I think that it's going to end up looking pretty damn good. And just for the basic elements of having it look more like armor, I think is overall a good thing. But let me know your thoughts about this and all the things we talked about in the comments section below. If you like this video, smash the like button, give me a subscribe. It helps me a lot. You are all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless. And now to give a shout out to my February Patreon and Subscribe Star members: Animation Commentator, Brian P., Dion, David Brobrizik. Please let me know if I need to repronounce that name. DivX, Elizabeth M., Enrique Evangelista, Father Christopher Miller, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weird Dog Clan, Harold Francis, The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, Inflamed Wood, Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Jeffrey Lebowski, JJ Jonathan Jerembeck, Kenneth Cameo, Lady T, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin with the beautiful hair, Orange Hat Reviews, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Riff Magos, Rosetta Allen, Steve Glasker, Teresa Martin, Theodore Bendon, The DJD Show, and Tina B. And over on Subscribestar, Robert Revo, Larry, Mr. Roy, Glinzer, G2Cool99, Darkstar57, Alice McCarthy, US 888209 Fast, Dean Heiss, Hild Francis, J-Rod the Beer Guru, Nebanon G. Adams, and ZK Man. Then a shout out to Riff Racer Request and Sir Lance Elato and Mike Jackson. You rock. Thank you very much for being my Patreon Subscribestar members for the month of February. And if anyone else decides to join, at the next couple of days or so, I will add you into this list as well. You guys freaking rock. Have a wonderful one. And as always, God bless.